G'day and welcome to today's episode. We're in Le Mans, we're battling for a win, which has quite a bit of drama involved. We have a little bit of a tangle here with Rueda. Maybe that'll start a bit of a rivalry, so tune in for this one. Okay, so we have a race in France. We are at Le Mans, and then we have a race-off session at the end as well. I think that will be a little bit of fun as well. Let's see if we can get a win. We need to really click with the Honda, get some really good solid points down in the championship to help ourselves in this one. So let's jump down into qualifying. We're going to be giving the fastest lap that we did of the qualifying one, which we came across the line to do our first flying lap with a 1:41.228. which I don't feel is going to be strong enough at this stage in the race, but we could always see if it will be, just to give ourselves a little bit more towards the end of the session. So we come through the first chicane here, under the Dunlop arch, into turn 6, La Chapelle corner. Can take a really tight line there, it can also take a wider line, it just depends on what sort of pace you're looking to carry. Now we're coming into turn 7. I'm not even going to try and say that corner's name, so it's just going to be turn 7. You come out of turn 7 on the power as best as you can, down into these double apex kind of semi-hairpin. There we go, Garage Vert, this is what that one's called, turn 8. Down the mini back straight here before we come into the next chicane, or S's if you want to call them that. Shimano Wolf. Oh, just keeping it in track limits there. We're 7/100ths faster than our last lap time. Carrara, our teammate, is 0.2 off us, so we do need to have a lap time here as we come through turn 12. We're still maintaining a good pace. We're going to come into turn 13 and 14 Recordement. I'm going to come across the line with a 1:40.507. So let's see if that has enough to get us through to qualifying 1. Yes, it does. It was our fastest time, so we are a second ahead of our teammate there. Let's see what we can do in qualifying 2. For qualifying 2, let's see if we can go faster, which we did a 1:40 lap time. Let's see if we can go quicker here again. So we're on the power, down this, it is kind of a long straight, even though we go straight into turn 1, just there, followed by turn 2, the Dunlop corner. Coming into the heavy braking zone for turn 3 and turn 4. As we quickly come through turn 5. There's been a crash in the 4th sector, but that's not going to affect our lap here. Took a tighter line this time round compared to what we did in the first qualifying session. On the brakes now into turn 7. Trying to maintain the corner speed as much as possible. I find that that's what is best to sort of do with this track, is really just keep that corner speed flowing, because that's where we're going to make up our time. Whoa, the rear stepped out there. I thought we were going to go down. Back onto the power, clicking through the gearbox as we go down this mini back straight, preparing ourselves to go into the next chicane or S section. Have we nailed that? We got a little bit unsettled on the curbs there, but we managed to do okay. We avoided the curbs on exit this time round. Gonna try and pull in a tighter apex here. That's really good. That's what I was hoping to get. Gives us nice acceleration through the corners, as well as some good corner speed. Let's try and carry that speed into turn 13 and turn 14, which we've managed to do there. We're a little bit out on the curbs. Try and get a really good run, and we do a 1:39.806. Let's see if that is enough to get us pole. It is. We're in pole position ahead of Rueda and Angel Queiroz, Munoz and Batelli. round out the top 5. Let's choose our tires now for the race. I'm going to go with a medium front and a soft rear, only because I might want a little bit of stability in the braking zones towards the end of the race. Okay, so we're on the accelerator now. Let's let go of the clutch and we're off. Ooh, Rueda's got a fantastic start there, as well as Pereira, so we haven't got the greatest starts so far, but we're looking to get into the slipstream. We're looking to challenge as we've got Batelli on our inside. We're going to cut to the inside of Rueda as well as the other 2 riders there, and we just managed to make it through. We go from 3rd to 1st in the first chicane. Pretty bloody incredible move there, and we're already making a little bit of an early break. Now I've got to be cautious because I do feel like the AI have the ability to play with the pace a little bit more than in other games, so I feel like they do sort of go easy the first few laps. They're not really burning much fuel or using their tires too much, so we do have to consider that as well. So I'll try and keep that in mind. Or we just go onto the green there, so that's a track limits warning, and we want to be careful of that because it can be quite easy to run wide here at Le Mans. Through turn 10, we got the power back on. At this stage, we're close to half a second. Oh no, they're closing the gap again in the braking zone, so they're still right on our tail here. We managed to pull on exit of the corner there, so we've gained a couple of tenths in this last sector. We're still in power mode 1. We're conserving a bit more fuel here. There's been some kind of crash in the 4th sector. Keeping in power mode 1 because I'm wanting to conserve the fuel. Okay, so we're still safely ahead now as we start lap 2, coming into La Chapelle, and Rueda has come with a dive bomb there. We managed to undercut him and go to the side of the track and keep that door closed. Let's see what we can do. We've got Rueda's coming in for another dive bomb, and it hasn't paid off. He's gone down. He's into the kitty litter. There wasn't really much we could do there. We're already on our line, committed to the corner, and Rueda just decided to, you know, give an absolute... There we go. There's another one from Batelli there. Just absolutely ride through us and not consider the fact that we were already on our line and the door had closed. So I do think that crash is on Rueda, but now we're losing a little bit of ground here as we have Munoz come through on us there, but that's okay. We're going to do a switch back and go around the outside through turn 10. Let's get back on the power and see if we can catch back up to Batelli here. Oh, Batelli's run a little bit wide, so that's given us a little bit of purchase, a little bit more grip, it seems, than Batelli on exit. But is Batelli just saving his tires? We've gone onto the inside there and made a track limits warning happen, so we want to be really careful of that as well. So we do a record lap, which is excellent for us. But Batelli has absolutely used his KTM to the best he can there and has gone through. We've got another track limits warning, but Batelli had a moment on the front and we're able to pass around the outside into turn 1, which is pretty ballsy move there. Batelli is looking on the inside again. I'm going to try and close the door as much as possible. We lean on each other going through La Chapelle. Now I've got to be careful. Is he going to make a dive the same way that Rueda did? Let's see if we can close the line a little bit earlier. And we still managed to hit the apex there. But Batelli has crashed, so something happened there. Maybe he went too hard in to turn 7 and just dropped to the front by what I would be presuming. Now it's Munoz. Munoz is still there. Munoz is a tricky rider to deal with. We can see what he can ride like out on the track, so we do have to consider that that's something he could bring to the table here. But at the moment, We seem to be gelling quite well with the Honda. Oh, we've run wide there. We just missed our braking marker and have run wide. Gonna see if we can... There we go. We'll drop the position. Oop, we're leaving ourselves open to another attack here from our great mate Adrian Fernandez, who we've had quite a bit of racing with at the start of this season. Coming in to turn 13. Oh, we've had a bit of a contact there with Munoz. Nothing that Munoz wouldn't do himself. So you come across the line. We've gone up to power mode 2. We've got a couple more laps to go. 3 laps to go, and the Fernandez is on the inside. But we're going to brave it around the outside. Look to defend into turn 1. We're going to run a little bit of a deeper line to get the tighter line into turn 4. Sorry, I keep thinking that's turn 1 and turn 2. But Fernandez has got through, and also Munoz, but they run a little bit of a wide line, and we're able to get a good amount of drive out of La Chapelle. On the brakes now, this is where it can get dangerous. I want to take this sort of wider apex. I'm going to undercut to get a good move through there on Fernandez. Let's just see where this goes. Back on the brakes. Into Garage Vert. We're out of Garage Vert. Can we try and make a crucial break now at this stage in the race? Got ourselves back onto power mode 2 because we're wanting to conserve fuel and leave it for a last lap dash if we do need to defend ourselves, which is quite likely here because Fernandez and Munoz are quite hungry to get this win here in Le Mans. Let's keep ourselves present. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can get out of the bike. Starting to gel with it. We've gone a bit wide there as well. I thought we would get another track limits warning because we do have to be careful with those track limits warnings. We don't have much wiggle room left. But this time, we've made a good breakaway. We're close to a second away from Fernandez now. We can make a clean line through turn 4, turn 3, turn 4. Through into La Chapelle. We're not having to defend ourselves here. We've got enough of a breathing room between ourselves and Fernandez that we can just sort of glide away and get into our rhythm, run our own lines here. Oh, but we've gone a touch wide. I thought that was going to be a track limits warning as well, but it seems that we were okay in that one. Okay, we haven't got long to go. We've just got to hold on to this race lead, but it's keeping it about 5/10 from ourselves and the rest of the competitors. Still got about that 5 to 8 tenths ahead of the following pack, which is quite good. We've just got to manage the rest of this race to put ourselves in a position to finally step on that top step of the podium again. So excited about it, I can't speak properly. Just smooth through here. This is where, when you're managing a race, you're starting to get a little bit nervy. You're just thinking, don't make any mistakes, don't push too hard, don't run wide, all of those kind of things. Definitely not wanting to get a long lap penalty, which would cost us the podium most likely in this case, but we're just trying to stay on pace, keep ourselves strong, keep the rhythm nice and smooth and consistent. Coming into the Shimano Buff S's. Got an okay run out of there with... Ooh, no, Fernandez looks like he could be close enough. He's going to make an attack, I would believe. He definitely did. He was absolutely using us as a springboard there. We're going to do the same. A little bit of Adrian Fernandez medicine there. They're right on our tail now. This is where we've got to be really careful. It's very easy to make a mistake under pressure when you're fighting for the win. We're on to the last lap. This is it. Can we finally click with this Honda and get a win? Could be our first win since, I believe, Austin would be our first win. We've had quite a few podiums and top fives, so we really need to get a win under the belt, get some cred going in the paddock to get ourselves moving towards the Moto2 category for next season. They're still right there, so we've got to put together an absolute banger of a lap. We can't mess up anywhere. Easing our way into turn 7. Very cautious of the fact that the AI love to dive bomb you, so I have to sort of keep that at bay a little bit and make sure that they're not close enough to have a crack. Okay, back on the power now, down this little back straight, well, kind of little back straight, the back straight anyway. If we can hold about half a second into this last sector, I think we're going to be okay. We just need to get a really good exit from the Shimano Buff corners. And we've got a second, so maybe Munoz and Fernandez have engaged in battle, and it has allowed us to give ourselves a little bit of breathing room, which means I think we can say with 2 corners remaining that we are going to get a win here in Le Mans. It's just processional now. Let's keep ourselves all on the right side of the track limits and of the track, and that is it, folks. We have got a win here in Le Mans. Okay, fantastic. First was ourselves. Thank you, thank you. Then we've got Fernandez in second, Munoz third, Carpe fourth, and Stefano Neppa in fifth. That puts us second in the championship now, 7 points behind our great mate Adrian Fernandez. Munoz is behind us in third, so we do have to keep an eye out for him. Rueda has dropped down to fourth with that costly mistake. We are sitting second in the teams championship, so that is really good. Also, keeping ourselves competitive in the teams championship is good. Okay, if you've enjoyed this one, guys, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos if you haven't checked out the rest of the races of this season. They're all there. Go watch them and then come back to this and see the progression that we're making through this season as well. And thank you so much for supporting the channel. It is a real pleasure to be able to create all this content for you, as I'm still trying to figure out how to mod the game properly so that we can get some more customized helmets as well. Let's jump down into the debrief session and see what we are looking to work on for now. Okay, track engineer is saying they want to know what we feel about the bike since the last time, which I think we're going to keep going with, should we go with the engine, or let's see if, I don't know if stiff is exactly the right term, but it does still feel like it's drifting a little bit wide. So that's there. Now we get into the fun part of the weekend. Let's do some social media, PR stuff, keep everything nice and cordial with all the other riders. We don't want to start any unnecessary rivalries with anyone. So let's select. We select I'm really pleased, or the team responded really well. Yeah, just go with I'm really pleased with how the team is going. Keep everything nice and fun and happy. Okay, now we've got to choose our rival for the race-off category, which is, what are we going to do? Mini bike, flat track, or motard? Keyless, Binder, or Miller? Let's go Miller. Let's do the mini bikes because they are fun. All right, here we go. Mini bike challenge time. Let's jump straight into it. Oh, we're starting from pole, apparently. I thought we might have been starting elsewhere. And we're off. Certainly a different start compared to the Moto3 bikes. And we've got off to quite a good start. Nice flow here, looking quite good, using the track quite well. Let's not abuse track limits as we run right off the edge of the track there. But I think we've got a pretty healthy lead over the rest of the field at this stage. Let's just see if we can keep that going. Oh, we've just run a little bit off the track there. Still sort of getting used to the different physics of the mini bikes, the motards, and the flat track. I do actually like the flat track the most. I feel like I've kind of gelled with it and the riding style of it a bit more than the mini bikes. But hey, it's all a little bit of fun. It's a pretty good part of the game, really. So we cross the line. We're still ahead of Miller and Quilez and Rueda, as well as Alonso and Garcia. So let's just keep that going. It's not a very long lap here, but it's just a little bit of fun, which is lovely. And it does, I guess, improve some of the metrics for the career mode. So it does have some level of function. Bit of a corner cut, but obviously corner cuts don't seem to matter in race-off mode. Very, very breezy at this stage. Very good lead in this mini bike race as we come around for the final time. Oop, another corner cut there. But we're doing quite well. We've got a healthy lead compared to the rest of the field here as we come into the final mini sector. And it looks like we're going to cross the line for a victory. Can't wheelie or mono on these things, but it's a victory. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.